Welcome back to Morning Footy. Well, one of the best stories in soccer right now is that of Wrexham AFC, a Welsh team currently playing in the 5th division in England, popularized by the show on Hulu. Welcome to Wrexham and their celebrity owners, Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. And today, the goalkeeper for Wrexham is joining us and also happens to be a very good friend of Alexis. Ben Foster is on the show.
I think you're only saying that because he owes me money, right, Ben?
No, Chad, you owe me money, mate. You owe me money.
I do want to ask you your first question. Buddy, we all know you, obviously, from your time in the Premier League. We know you from the Cycling Goalkeeper. We know you from the Fozcast. Now, we know you from this. Bruh, after you saved that penalty, tell me, how much of them YouTube numbers gone up, my guy? How many new subscribers we got?
Way up there.
It's been a mad week. It has. It's just starting to settle now. Only just starting to settle. But yeah, everything on YouTube just kicked off like crazy. So the vlog that we put out, the Notts County vlog with the penalty save in the last minute, I think that's currently on about 3.2 million views. Everything else, all the other vlogs just got boosted like crazy. I think we put on something like 150,000 YouTube subscribers in the last 2.5 weeks. Everything though, all the platforms, Instagram, you name it, everything's jumped up by like.
Is that mostly Americans though, or is it more of a global presence, or you think it's mostly due to the popularity in the United States?
A lot more from the USA. So obviously, if you've got YouTube channels, you'll know that you can delve deep into the studio and you can look at the analytics and you can see where your audience is watching from. And typically, our USA audience is about 9%. So it's a good audience anyway. But it's jumped up to about 15% in the last 2 or 3 weeks on all the vlogs that we've released. So there is a definite interest from the USA. And even from my perspective, being at Wrexham, the amount of American and Canadian fans that we meet outside the stadium daily, wow, is outrageous. And they are coming over because they're so enthralled in all of it.
Ben, I think you need to become our official spokesperson for Morning Footy so you can put the good word out with all of these followers that you have.
Yeah. What's the pay like? What's the pay like? Is that good?
I want to ask, because you retired from the game in 2022. And you've been doing your thing on social media, your podcast, and then Wrexham, a team that you used to play for, comes calling. Why was this the right time for you to come back? What was it about this team that you said, yep, I'm coming back to play?
So people might not know this, but I actually used to play for Wrexham. So 18 years ago, 2005, I was currently playing for Stoke City, who were basically a championship team. I went out on loan to Wrexham for the last 3 months of the season. We actually ended up winning basically it's called the Lower League Trophy. But it was a big day in Wrexham history. It was the first time they've won a trophy for a while, and it was actually the last trophy that the club won. Off the back of that loan move for myself, though, personally, I therefore went and got a move to Manchester United, and my career just sort of kick-started. So I do owe a lot to Wrexham FC anyway. So it was, honestly, coming out of retirement, it was a massive thing that I had to think about. I really had to think about it. 9 months is a long time, you know. When you haven't played competitive football, it's a long time, and you have to have these doubts of, can I still do it? But
even when you're going to 5th division?
Pardon, sorry?
Even if you're going to a lower league in 5th division, you know, even 9 months will make that big of a difference?
Oh, for sure. As a goalkeeper, for sure. It doesn't... Honestly, I won't lie to you, whether it's in the 5th division, the non-league that we're playing in, or if it was League 2, League 1, Championship, as a goalkeeper, it doesn't make a massive amount of difference. Honestly, it doesn't make a massive amount of difference. You always have to have your wits about you. You have to be agile. You have to be brave. You probably have to be braver in the National League because you know there's going to be a lot more direct football. There's going to be balls into the box, balls over the tops. You're going to have to be brave and dominant and try and come and help your teammates out. But like I say, I back myself. I have to back myself. I'm a really competitive person. So I thought, you know what? I'll try and do it. I'll try and help the boys get over the line, and hopefully it's going to turn out all good in the end.
And let's not forget about the bag. You're getting the bag, too. Yeah. You're not coming out of retirement for nothing. I'm curious. You touched on it. You were there at Wrexham in 2005 as a 22-year-old. Now, as a 40-year-old, you come back. What's different around the club and the competition?
Oh, the club has changed so much, honestly. I think when I was there in 2005, they had some owners who, it's fair to say that the fans, the whole of Wrexham, basically, they despised them. Honestly, they really did. They despised them because they were trying to run the club down. Basically, they were trying to turn the stadium. They were trying to knock the stadium down. They were trying to turn it into houses, car parks. They were not very good for the club. But the community came together and they managed to kick the owners out of the football club. And the bad part of that was that the playing staff suffered, so they got relegated into the National League, and they've stayed there for the last 15 years. But with the new owners coming in, Rob and Ryan, they've done it so professionally and they have just built everything up. So if you'd have watched the documentary, just little things like the gym, when they first walked in and they saw the gym, it's a shambles. There's basically a medicine ball on the floor and that's about it. Now it's a fully functioning professional gym that the lads are in there every day, giving it everything they've got. The training pitches are so good, honestly. For a non-league team, it's out of this world, really. The resources that they've got, the facilities they've got, and just the way that they do it as well. They want to do it properly. And even the players that they bring on, they're not trying to bring the biggest names. They're trying to bring good people on, and they're trying to do it the right way. So they know that if they've got a team of good people who are all willing to work hard, I think that will get you far.
Ben, how much are you guys in contact with Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney? For those who haven't watched the documentary, is it like a day-to-day thing? Obviously, they're very involved in the club from what you see on the outside, but from a player's perspective, what's that like?
It's so cool. It's so weird at the same time because they're there quite a lot. So they come to, I'd say they probably come to 1 in every 3 matches, the two of them. Rob is based over here now for the next month or 3 weeks. I think he's doing a podcast tour in the UK at this moment in time anyway. So he's in at the training ground, he's in at the stadium, mingling with the lads. Like he sat down and had a lunch with us yesterday, for example. Ryan will come to, like I say, 1 in 3 games, but they're always on the text messages. They're always on the WhatsApp after the games, just hitting you up with a, well done today, we needed that today, fantastic performance. And that's the cool bit, you know, when they're sending you little texts of congratulations.
Where did they take you guys out to party after you guys beat Notts County? That's what we want to know.
No, they didn't. They promised us a big deal, though, at the end of the season. They promised us a monster one at the end of the season. If we get promoted, they're going to take us away somewhere.
Vegas.
With a lot of flashing lights. Yeah, with a lot of flashing.
Very nice. Ben, I do want to ask, the save, absolutely insane, the penalty save. I haven't seen someone save a penalty with both hands at different times. You know what I mean? The ball bounced back and forth. Were you prepped for where the Notts County player might go, or was that all instinct? And what went through your head when you went? Because, bro, you had to know this was Hollywood.
You couldn't write this script, honestly. You couldn't write this script, and you probably saw a big smile appear on my face. And as soon as you mention it, and as soon as I start talking about it just takes me back to that moment, that 96th minute. And I think all the pressure, in fairness, was probably on the penalty taker because, like I say, it's a 96th minute. This will get his team back into the game. As a goalkeeper, I'm not expected to save it, so I've got no pressure on me. But there was just a few little things that I picked up on. So when he got the ball and he placed it down on the penalty spot, he kind of tilted the ball a little bit, sort of almost twisted to where he wanted to put the ball in the net. And then when he stood back and he took his run up, I watched his body shape and I thought, your body is too tight, you're too closed off. There's no way you can open your hip up and put it in the far corner. So his only option really was to put it down the middle of the goal or put it to my right. And thankfully he didn't put it down the middle. But even then, you know, if he puts that right in the top corner, I'm not saving it. I just got to go as hard as I possibly can. When you say the two-handed, I basically dived like that and it hit my right hand. And then this top hand come over and just sort of poured it away as well, which made it probably look a little bit better. But
for the cameras,
Wow. Yeah, really. It's a Ramsdale joint right there. A little something for the highlight reel.
A peek behind the curtain. What's so cool, Ben, is that, I mean, the city of Wrexham just absolutely adores you now. I don't know if you've seen this video. I think we're going to roll it in now of the police officers in Wrexham doing a...
It's incredible. It's incredible. Look at this.
Chant. This is incredible.
Wow.
They're saying Super Ben Foster in goal.
Not a lot of rhythm, though.
No, not a lot of rhythm at all.
Amazing. But what is your reaction when you see videos like that and the way people are responding to the way you are playing, this club is playing? What does it mean?
Yeah, it's fantastic. This is the beauty of Wrexham, and I think this is the reason why Ryan and Rob bought the club in the first place. Because if you're from Wrexham, if you live in the area of Wrexham, you are a Wrexham fan. It is as simple as that, and that is what makes this club so special. You know, you can go anywhere in the town and everybody will be a Wrexham fan. We have a shopping store here in the UK called Sainsbury's, and it was my birthday a few weeks ago. It's like a Target or something that you have out there in America. But it was my birthday a few weeks ago, so I had to go and get the donuts and a few treats and sweets for the rest of the lads. And I'm just walking through Sainsbury's, and it's 7:30 in the morning, but everybody is coming up and saying, "Oh, brilliant, well done," all that, and they're so fully committed into it. Because, like I say, they've had 15 years of being in non-league now, and they're so desperate to get back to playing league football again.
Love it.
If you get promoted, you staying?
Ooh.
Oh gosh. Do you know what? I've had being retired for 9 months, 10 months, it was incredible. And when it's only when you retire really that you realise that football can really be unsociable, and you miss out on so many cool things. You know, you can't commit to going to parties or birthdays or holidays or breaks because you know you've got football at the weekend. So I've spent the last 9 months just doing all of those things, and I've had the best time. Honestly, you can just go and do what you want. But I've got to admit that I have enjoyed these last few weeks. It's something that I didn't think I'd miss, but when you stand on that football pitch and that whistle goes at 3 p.m. and the game kicks off and that adrenaline fills your body again, that is my favourite part of being a footballer, and I've missed it a lot. It's been fantastic.
Sounds like a yes.
Yep. I don't know. You can put it out there on Morning Footy. Ben, we have loved watching you back on the pitch. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us on Morning Footy. Good luck the rest of the way.
All the best.
Yes, guys. Thank you very much. My pleasure.
I'll send you a Zelle request.